Hey guys, I'm back and it's me again, and I actually kind of fixed my head wrap a little bit better than how it was in the other video, so pardon me. But anyways, somebody just asked me about sharing with you guys my journey. My other video was about what I look for in a church home and searching when searching for a church home, and this one is going to be my journey, I guess. I'm going to try to, I don't know how much time I have, so hopefully I have enough time to talk about the whole thing, but I think I'm going to shorten it, make it I'm going to fast forward everything, and I guess I can make another video to kind of break down every part of from my beginning to now. But to just kind of give you a just short history about me, I grew up like, okay, I was born in Canada. I grew up in Canada. My dad's side of the family lives in Canada, and I grew up with my dad's side of the family all the way up till I was like 13 years old. Okay. So when I was 13, I think I was 12, 13, I moved with my mom side of the family, where she lives in Florida. Okay. I kind of got that. When I was, so part of my whole, beginning life, I guess, my youth, I grew up in a Jehovah Witness home. Okay. I can't elaborate too much on that because it's not really about that religion, but all I can say is when I was with my dad's side of the family, I remember not celebrating any holidays. We didn't have no holidays. We did not celebrate it. I didn't probably even know about half of the holidays that we know now, like, or celebrate now. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't care for it. We didn't even celebrate birthdays, just to show you how deep we were. Like, I don't remember celebrating none of my birthdays. I don't have no pictures of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when I was young at all, or with a cake. And to be honest with you, I didn't care much about it when I was young because it was not something that I was exposed to. And I think, I'm grateful enough that I grew up in a home where I didn't need for anything. So I wasn't a spoiled brat, even though I was spoiled. But, so yeah. So fast forward, when I moved to Miami with my mom's side of the family, and that's another story. We ain't going to go in depth with that right now. But when I moved with them, my mom was in a deep, like, Baptist. I remember a Haitian Baptist church, okay, and a deeply rooted, okay, in the Haitian community. It was like real strict. All I can remember there was, man, women could not wear sneakers. We could not wear pants. We had to wear skirts or long dresses below the knee. I remember we had to do that check. It had to be below the knee. Never, nothing above. Like, you could not, even if you were a guest or a visitor, you could not wear anything above the knee, as a visitor. Like, you had better know. Somebody had to tell you before you even get into and get in the sanctuary that was not going to be accepted. So women couldn't wear, like I said, couldn't wear that. I don't think we could wear makeup, like young girls now, like, couldn't wear makeup. But no, loopy earrings. It had to be studs or whatever. Long dress, or your dress had to cover. This probably was too low. Like, your dress had to cover everything, baby, and you had to have a jacket or something. Like, you could not go in there thinking you could go with your strappy dress, showing it all. All right. So that was the kind of church I grew up in for the rest of my teenage years. Very strict. Church was all day long. Okay. You went in very early in the morning because we had Bible class from, I don't know, 6 or 7 to 8, and or 7 to 9, I think. And then we had kids church or whatever, teen church or whatever it was. So that was that. So it was very strict, and I was not feeling it at all. I'm not gonna say I used to hate it because I love church. I love church. But it was just so strict, and I seen how people were very judgmental, and it was just people. Women couldn't do, it was so restricted. Women couldn't do a lot of things. So I remember that, and so when I grew out, like graduated high school, I just wanted out. I grew out. Well, I planned out my life way before I graduated high school, and I just knew that I was gonna get married, and so which happened. So I got married right after high school, and not nothing that I don't. God was not really part of this union at all. It was more what we wanted to do, and we knew. I knew for sure I wanted to be married, and he knew he wanted to be married, and we actually knew at least not to be shacking up because we knew about that. And so, anyways, when I was married, moving forward, when I was married, we didn't really go to church. I wanted a break from church. Okay, I didn't care for it. It was something I just wanted to break from. I wanted to be an adult, and I was an adult, and I just wanted to break free from the church life. It was just about me and him or whatever. And so, but it was still deeply in me, still, when it's already grounded in you, you just know that you need more. And especially when we started having issues in our marriage, I was then like, all right, we need to go to church. We need to do something. But when I was looking for a church, it was a non-denominational church. And so, I got introduced to that because there was a lot of different other churches around the area. But at that point on, we were looking for a non-denominational church because he grew up in my ex-husband at the time, or husband at the time, grew up in a Catholic church. So our beliefs were totally different. And so that's when I think we would look for a non-denominational church to try and kind of meet in the middle, because I was not going to go to a Catholic church. I didn't believe in half of, if not all of the things that he was doing, because he was really deep into it and doing little ritual stuff that I was not going to do. And so that was already a bad thing. And now I understand why it says in the Bible, do not be unequally yoked. But we didn't know any better. We was not in God, really into when we got married. It was just really out of ignorance and stuff like that. But anyways, that's another story. So, I was going to say, kind of lost my train of thought. But, so then we found a mega church, and which is no longer anymore. But that church was so big, it was huge. And, the problem was, it was so huge. I had requested to get counseling for our marriage, and we never got a call back because it was just, I guess, so big. There's so many people that we didn't get the attention that we needed. And I'm not blaming the church. I understand certain churches are too big, and I guess that was my thing. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in a big church because I need to feel that, if I need to speak to the pastor, I don't want to feel like I have to go through so many different channels or people to get to speak to a pastor. So I think that I think that was my thing for why I wanted to be more of a close-knit or smaller church, a church where you actually are able to, or they hold you accountable. Because when you're in a big mega church, and I'm not trying to talk down about mega churches, I get it. Some people like to be around a lot of people and be surrounded by so many different opportunities, whatever. But when you're in a mega church, for me anyways, I feel like it's so easy to be lost in the pews. It's so easy to be lost and go in and come out the same way and not feel accountable, because the pastor doesn't know who you are, and most people don't know who you are. So you could come in and out as you go. People don't really miss you because there's just so many people to keep up with. So that's my thought about it, my experience, and that's how I feel about it. So anyways, we hardly went to church after that experience. It was just going to church was just on holidays, like either Easter or New Year's Eve. It was just one of those things. We didn't really, it was not really a thing for us until we got divorced. You know, we got divorced, unfortunately. And then when I was single and everything, like a newly divorcee, I decided that I would try to find a church. You know, I really felt that I needed soul searching. You know, I had gone through another relationship which was really bad, and at that point I was like, yeah, I have to go to church. Like, I have to go to church. I don't know where or how I'm gonna find this church, but I know I had to. So later on, got introduced at work. One of my coworkers introduced me to a church, or invited me to a church. And actually this was a church from two individuals that I met at work, and that started their own church, and now they are my spiritual parents. And but at the time, I knew them before they actually started the church. Individually, I knew them separately before they got together. And so, anyways, and that's another story. I have so many stories into a story. So, anyways, so got invited to that church. I really loved the church. It was small, and I love the people, because most of the people that was at the church was people from our job. So I already kind of knew them. So I was already feeling comfortable being in that church. So, but that was that. So that's the story so far of church. Now there's another story I'm going to probably say in another video, a breakdown. But that was mainly like my hopping story of, you know, from the beginning to the church that I'm currently at, which is Dominion Life Faith and Worship Church, which I love dearly because I grew, my faith grew there, and I am still there, and I love that church. So anyways, I am going to give you another story of that in another video. All right, guys, that's it for this video, okay? Bye.